Get into the welding academy, you have to take high school welding, and you have to pass that with a very good grade, and you have to show want, you have to have attendance, you got to be here. So that's first and foremost. And then Mr. Ryan, if he thinks you got the skill and you got the motivation and you got the attendance to do it, then you can apply for the welding academy. And the welding academy, then those are college level classes, so you're getting dual credit, but they're held to a college level. So what might be acceptable for high school welding is not. I hold them to the same standard I hold my nighttime students to.
To be honest, at first I was scared because there's so many, there's a bunch of gases and things that could explode if you don't do things right. So that was definitely a fear. But the instructor, Mr. Hawking, really taught it thoroughly and explained things to a point where I wasn't scared anymore.
Here it's a lot of students helping each other. If you don't want to go to Rob, if you have a question, you can always ask somebody that's ahead of you, and they'll normally tell you where to point your gun or where to move your hands or where to put your face so you aren't inhaling the fumes. So there's a lot of help if you go to ask them.
But I think it's you can see, and the ventilation, you can hear yourself think. It was quite loud over there. So it's night and day difference. This is world class here.
It's just about having attention to detail and determination. And if you know you can work hard and you're willing to sacrifice that and give it your all every day, then you have nothing to worry about at all. And you're gonna enjoy it, especially if you like working with your hands.
We're only gonna teach the basics in the welding academy, so if they want to take more advanced like GTAW or OA welding, then they'd have to take that at night. And we have enough interest. The last 2 years, we've added a Wednesday night class just for welding academy students that want to take a class that's not offered in the welding academy.
I'd say I'm pretty surprised. I wasn't too bad when I first started, but I didn't know what I was doing like I do now. It's pretty fun just to learn in general, you know.
What surprised me was that in welding class, we learned cutting last. That was our last thing we had to do. And in starting the academy, the first thing you do is learn how to cut. And it was surprising because you realize that all that welding, you need those basic fundamental skills of cutting to get to where you go.
There's a little bit more that goes into it. You got to know what gas you're running, your wire speed, how it's going to affect your weld. It's not as easy as it looks, but it's not as hard as you think either.
Struggling with that actually, but my two main choices are either going to work at Valmont for welding, because through here I've gotten a lot of connections and I've also learned a lot about Valmont, but I'm also still thinking about going to college at UNL.
We toured Kawasaki and they all thought that was pretty neat because you got to see motorcycles and ATVs, and then we had Valmont come in a couple weeks ago and they talked about all their opportunities, and we hope to tour Smeals and Rosenbauer and and Kelly Closure, places like that. So that's where I think the Kawasaki and the Valmont is where they really went, oh, there you go.
Well, when I first started welding, I was able to listen to music, and that really helped a lot. It's just fun to know I can build things, you know, be a part of the future. The pay outlook is great. Job at future, amazing. Pretty easy to find a job too.